Hello, hello, Kim Corallo, Shut the Front Door Too. We are a wreath, door hanger, and vintage gift store. And today we have a haul video. At the end, we plan on tacking on at least one styling video where we will use some of these items and show you how you could use them in your own home. Let's get started. All of this stuff, I will say, came from one estate sale. It's quite the eclectic mix. I think this person and myself could have been really, really good friends if I'd had the opportunity to meet them in person, because their estate was so fun to shop. And this little guy, it is, I want to think that maybe it is just even barely considered vintage. It does have the date here. But what I love is that the person who made this quilted piece gave some information on the back. They're saying it's an original piece of art. They're saying that the materials that they used and the date. And then I am trying to see, Connie Bloom is the artist's name. And I just thought it was fun and quirky. And I think that the bright colors are probably what did that for me. All from the same estate, guys. So, I mean, we're going from that quilted piece to this beautiful vintage perfume bottle. That's the sticker. So it's all clear glass. It's in really good shape. I was really excited to be able to pick this up because I love the size of it. It's a really good size and I loved the detail on it. Again, like with most videos, I haven't done any research yet, but I will do the research and try to figure out more information about these pieces. Again, I haven't really decided where the pieces are going to go yet, because as always, our booth spaces need stuff, our salon needs stuff, and Etsy needs stuff. So if you see something that you don't see on Etsy and you'd like to own, just reach out and we will let you know if it's still available and if we can get that to you. This piece of art is mid-century modern, I think. It is likely to be a reproduction because there are no signatures or anything, but I was happy to pick him up. I think it'll be a fun thing to style with. I also think that this would be a fun pickup for probably Etsy would be my guess, but I'm not exactly sure. I picked up this box. It's lacquered and it's a basket, and I just thought it was cool. Now, when I got it home and I took the tape off, I realized that the lid doesn't fit on very well. That's probably why it was still there. But I'm still excited about it. I think overall it's in good shape, and I think that the person that would get this would probably have it, just on their coffee table like this, and maybe that the lid doesn't fit on perfect wouldn't bother them. Maybe if I knew that, maybe I would have left that behind. And the only reason why is because I really try very hard to pick up things that don't have chips and don't have cracks and don't have damage, because even though things that are really rare, and if you're keeping it for yourself, it would be fine to do that. It's just that online, when you're trying to describe something and the person can't see it or feel it or touch it, I think a lot of times those descriptions get, passed by or maybe even overlooked altogether. Anyway, look at this really unique pottery vase. I just loved the shape on it, and then the colorway too, with that little bit of a green drip around the edge. I just thought it was really pretty. I thought that with fall coming up, I thought this would look really, really pretty with some fall florals in it, but also just like, if you have some pumpkins on display, you can just put this beside that with the colors. I don't know. I see it as looking like really, really nice. And honestly, even though I'm saying fall, it's definitely year round. So I also look for things like that have, when things have a purpose. I also like to find things that you can get a lot of mileage out of. There were, like I said, some very eclectic things in this house. This is a very old cigar box. It is even likely antique. It has what I think that is called dovetailing. I'm not exactly sure. To be honest with you, this is probably just something that I will use in the booth as a riser. I'll put a price tag on it if somebody wants it. But, you know, it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. But I think things like this look really, really good, you know, styled up with, you know, different, you know, figurines and maybe a pottery piece. And then I think you have, you know, your little side table decor. You're good to go. Boxes are good for that. They're also good to corral things like your remotes and those types of things. Let's go ahead and show you this box since I'm on boxes and odd pickups. This, I don't know if this is antique or not. It is definitely old. And I thought originally maybe like an old hat box, but I don't know. My husband said he didn't think that hats ever came in boxes like this. But because it was round, that was kind of my first thought. Anyway, I was happy to pick this up because I think it's unique and different and it adds a lot of warmth. It's a pretty good size. So probably a booth piece just because shipping on this would maybe take it a little bit over the value of the box. Primitive things are also things that I don't really ever pick up a whole lot. But I felt like both of those boxes kind of lean toward primitive, and I think this sort of leans towards primitive. But I'm going to tell you why I picked this up. I didn't really know. The tag, I'm going to see, it says that it is a vintage seed stripper, and then they put scoop. So I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that they know what they had. But I picked it up because I thought it was really cool for someone that likes a little bit of that primitive look. You can fill this up with pumpkins for the fall and set that on your porch. And I just thought it would look really neat and really cool. Again, that will go into our booth spaces because it's really big. A couple of pieces of Italian art. These are religious pieces, and I didn't look up if there's, you know, significance to them. There's nothing except for that it says made in Italy on the back to tell me who these angels are. But I thought they were pretty cool, and I really liked the shape of them. I don't know if these are Florentine. They feel like they're a little bit more weighty than what a Florentine piece would be, but it does have that gold gilt on the you know, on the edge. So I don't know. After research, I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out. Look at that cutie. I just thought this would look good in a kid's room. This was definitely not a pickup that I would normally do, but it is art, and it, you know, it's a little mouse on a skateboard. Signed. I just thought this could go for a little girl or a little boy on a shelf in a bedroom, honestly, a classroom. And I mean, you know, maybe I'm sure there are people that collect mice, you know, maybe even for someone like that. So I picked that up. I picked up a lot of things that I don't, you know, I'm not in that I don't have anything to list for Etsy or for the booth, but I just felt like some of this stuff was just a little bit too unique to pass by. This is maybe not that old. I think it probably is vintage. I picked this up because I liked the elephants on the side, and I thought that it just had a really cool look and a really cool shape to it. Probably, I would say 80s, maybe. I'm not exactly sure, but I did think that it was a pretty cool vase with those elephants. And then, of course, the green color. I really liked it. I just thought it was kind of cool. I picked up a heart paperweight that I think is amazing. It's a hand blown piece of glass and it has sort of an iridescent to it. Again, I don't know a whole lot about this piece, but I know just from the looks of it that it is a well done piece of glass. And so I just thought with that little neutral color and a little small size, that would be an easy pickup for like Etsy and those kinds of places. This is a painted rock. It's lacquer. There's a lacquer coating on it, and those are actually koi fish. But I don't know. I thought that would be a good paperweight for a desk. I also thought that for people that garden, this would look good sitting by flower pots. I thought there were lots of possibilities for this cutie, and this will go into the booth because I think that would be the best spot for that. I picked up something that I never pick up. And I don't really, I picked up a doll last week. So I shouldn't say I've never picked up dolls, but I don't typically pick up dolls. I don't know anything about them. I don't really want to learn about them. I want to stick with more of the houseware types of things and learn more about the potteries and the glasses and the vases and the candlesticks. But this little half doll, she just needed to come home with me. I thought I will put her on Etsy. I just thought that, she is German made. This is probably antique. If I can't authenticate that, I won't use antique in my description, but I'm pretty sure that she is antique. And now that I've got her up here with the light coming from the window, there are some markings on her on the back. So I'll have to see if I can't, read that and figure that out. But anyway, I picked her up because, I don't know. I was in one of those moods that I thought this house is fun and quirky and it has a mix of stuff. And I was gonna do, as long as it fit the budget, I was gonna do some sampling of some of these things. And I was glad to pick it up. I love brass. This probably does need to be shined up. If I were going to keep this myself, I would leave it just as it is, but it's probably past that cool patina and now it's gotten into almost that dingy look. But I don't see a lot of brass boxes, so I was really kind of excited about this. Probably made in India, even though it doesn't have a sticker or a stamp on it. This stone box, it was taped shut and it's still taped shut, but I picked this little trinket box up because it's stone and I like stone things. I like small trinket boxes and I loved the shell inlay. This is something that would be an easy pickup at the booth because I like to have all different price points, and I also have been thinking in, the future of trying to market if you're buying jewelry. Even if you're not buying it, from us, maybe buy a little vintage trinket box to put your earrings or your necklace in and kind of let that be your gift wrapping and take that up a notch. So I picked that up thinking, maybe a little bit thinking that, but probably more because I thought it was cute. This is a stone. And I thought it was an ashtray at first, but it isn't. There's not any marks for your cigarettes, but so I would assume this is probably a pillar candle holder, but it also could be a little catch-all for a bedside table, for jewelry, and I thought it was kind of cool. So even though I'm not super sure exactly what it was originally used for, I like it and I love the stone, and I would probably say that does have a sticker. I didn't see that sticker. Oh, it says it's marble. Good, that made it easy. So this is a marble whatever you want it to be. I'm gonna call it a catch-all because I think a pillar candle would look cool, but I think a catch-all would be even better. This wicker plant stand could be also, I guess, a bathroom trash can, but I am going to call it a plant stand. And I think that, you know, this is probably 70s, maybe 80s, but it was in really, really good shape, and I was happy to find that. Found a really fun oil painting, and I loved the oval size. I love like that moodiness, and then that pop of red was really fun. Very well done. I don't know that there's a signature. I don't see a signature, but it is really well done. But I'm gonna tell you something about this piece. I think I'm gonna hold on to it. I found a brass horse last week, and I am starting to think derby, and this with the red roses, the brass horse, I think I'm just gonna hold on to them. I don't like to do that. The only time I ever buy things and hold on to them is when I find anything that is really good vintage, Christmas or Halloween, and I'll hold on to that. But typically it's not what I want to do. But I just think for some styling videos, being from the state of Kentucky, with the roses, with the horse, being vintage, I just think I want to try to maybe gather some stuff and have that kind of in mind. So we'll see. Another brass pot on a pedestal with the lion heads, all day, every day. This is something that I will pick up. This one probably needs a little glow up. It's a little dirty too, but that's what brass does over time. And you know, a lot of people do like the more patina look, but I have found that sometimes it's almost just a little dingy. Now, when this gets its bath, and some of the dirt and grime is off of it, I might think differently and go ahead and let it have its natural patina, and the same with the box. But I don't know, right now I'm thinking they may need a glow up. What do you guys think? Do you all like your brass shined up, or do you like it with a little bit of what, you know, we're all accustomed to saying is patina, just like where it ages over time? Vintage jewelry is something that I love. I don't pick up a lot of it. It has to be really good for me to pick it up. And I feel like these two pieces were really good. I loved this carved stone bracelet. Bangle bracelets are something that I do pick up, but I really liked the stone on this. But I loved the size of it. It's too big for me. My wrist is really small, but it's a bigger size, and that is hard to find in a bangle. So I took a chance on that beauty. And then this is a leather bracelet that I don't know if it's that old, but it is leather. It has the horse bit that's brass with the brass hardware, and I liked it actually, you know, I liked it actually just for myself, but I do think that I will end up figuring out where this will go. If it's vintage, it's going online. If it isn't vintage, it will go into the booth space. I've never picked up butter pats. I passed up some butter pats one time, and I've looked for them ever since, and I wish I hadn't have passed those up because they were all ironstone. And you know, but, you know, like I said, I'm learning every single day, but butter pats are something that people really do like, and these are restaurant wear, so they're two different designs on there, but I thought they were pretty cool. I will probably end up, even though some of these were bought, two of these are the exact same. So I have two of this design, which is the square. These are all from England. I know this one is. The others I am not quite sure, but this one does have that little chip there. It has the crazing on it. I will probably sell the two of these as a set. The other two I will probably sell separately because they're not really a set. I don't know. The verdict is still out on that. I have actually never tried to sell butter pats, but believe it or not, they're pretty sought after. People like them, and I think they're pretty cute. So I don't know why I'm surprised by that. Claws in a box that is round. It has the little pedestal there. The inside has the turquoise. It is just really beautiful, really well done. And I think that this beauty will probably land on Etsy at some point. Wood animals are always fun. This one's probably not super old, but it's super cool. It's a giraffe, and he's in really good shape. A lot of times I will find these animals, but their ears are broken off. And so when you can find something like this that is in good shape, it's kind of fun. I have mentioned before, like mixing things like with brass, and I don't have anything blue and white today, but that blue and white, this is something that I think would mix in with that. So maybe you have a blue and white ginger jar, then you have your brass, and then you have, you know, sort of this animal print giraffe. I think that would look really, really cute. Think it'd look really cute in a kid's room as well. And this guy, holy moly, I don't know where I'm gonna sell him because he is so heavy. He's solid brass, and I mean, he's probably 5 inches tall and maybe 6 or 7 inches long, but he is really, really cool. I won't shine him up. I'll leave him just as he is. After I do research is when I'll decide on if the shipping costs would be worth it to put something like that online. 2 more things and then we're done. This is a Majolica plate, and it will be on Etsy. These are this was made in West Germany, and I found it. It's all in really, really good shape. There are no issues. I'm looking to see if there's any crazing. I don't even see any crazing. So hand painted, very well done, and happy to find this. And then the very last thing is this little cutie. Look at that. This is handmade pottery cross with a bird on it. Has the little hanger. You can hang this on a doorknob. You could also hang this outside on your porch. You could also put this on, if you have a china cabinet. I like to hang things on my china cabinet doors. That's a good example there for you. Guys, that's all we have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this haul. I hope that you will stay. And I found one more thing. I thought, what is that? Hand-painted pedestal. I am so attracted to these vintage, possibly antique, hand-painted plates. Probably vintage. I'll absolutely love them. But I find them pretty often, and they have to be really, really special for me to pick them up. The reason why I picked this one up is this one was on a pedestal, and I quite honestly have never seen one on a pedestal, so I picked it up for that reason. And this, I'm not sure where this will be, but I thought it was really super pretty and so well done. And like I said, I've never seen one on a pedestal. Now, that is all we have for you today. I hope you did enjoy this haul, and I hope that you will stay to the end and see the styling moment that we do at the end. Guys, go have a great day. We'll talk to you really soon.